There we go. It's a little better. All right. Turn the volume down. A few people watching. Not many. All right. Man, nobody's watching tonight. I guess Sunday night is not a good night to do lives. 10 people watching. I might want to rethink this and do this another time. Well, there's a few people. There's Jacob, Scott up in Bristol, Wade. A few people on here. Let me refresh this, see what it does. There we go. All right, 50 some people. Okay, that looks better. I had to refresh my screen there. I was wondering what was going on there for a minute. All right, Alabama. There's Dawn. Canada. Scotland. It's Robert in Scotland, it looks like. Rochester, New York. Great silent watcher there. Recognize him. Titusville. Keith. Some people in Australia. There's my buddy Tommy down there in Missouri. Ian in the UK. A lot of you guys on here tonight. Man. Not too bad. It's been raining here all day. I have not got a lot done at all. Rained about most of the day, actually. It's supposed to rain tonight and all day tomorrow. Hopefully it will clear up after that. England, all kinds of people on here. Yeah, it's still thundering outside. But we needed the rain, though. It's been pretty dry here for a while. Alright, so... Phew. Almost 100 people on here. That ain't bad. West Virginia, not too far from here. I can be in West Virginia in about 2 hours. There's Mr. Truevine right there. We've been hard at it here lately. Seems like every time I look at what you're doing there, Hugh, you're building buildings and bringing in logs. Man, you're getting a lot done down there, I tell you. I'm envious of your progress, put it that way. Oh, there's my buddy up in Alaska. Probably still a little chilly up there. It's about 80 down here in Tennessee. Jim in Virginia. Super dry here. Yeah, it's been pretty dry. I've had to water that garden every night since I put it out, except for the past 2 nights. I know, Hugh, I tell you what, man, your progress is ridiculous down there. Man, you guys have got a lot done down there in the past few weeks. Do I keep a log? I know what you're talking about there. I do not. I sure don't. It's not a bad idea. I probably should, but I sure don't. Raining in Maryland. Yeah. So Huel says it's nice in Louisiana. It's not bad here. It's just been dry. Man, it's been dry. All right. So try to do these lives about once a week. Jump on here for about 30 or 40 minutes. And sassafras, you're welcome. I got about 2 more sassafras logs left to saw. And I'm out of those logs, actually. Hot in Naples. Yeah. There's Steve. Bob, I sure will. Bob Anderson. I'll do it, buddy. So, the last time I did live, let me see if I can find it on here. Somebody sent me a message and they said your lives are, what did they say here? We go to that page, I'll tell you what they said. So, he said, change it up a bit on your live. Apparently I need to do something different on these lives. I'm not sure what more different I can do, but he complained in the last video. Then this time I posted, he said do something different. Do I dance? No. But I don't see him on here. If he was on here, Steve Davidson's his name. Change it up a bit on your live cast. I'm not sure what he wants me to do here. I get on here and I answer questions and talk for a little while, and that's about it. It's nothing real exciting. I know, Tommy. I'll tell you what I thought about doing. If he was going to be on here tonight, I was going to offer to read a book. So this is called The Joiner and the Cabinet Maker. And I thought if he's on here tonight, I'm going to say, all right, guys, we're going to change it up tonight, and I'm going to read a book to you guys. What else am I supposed to do here? Change it up a bit. Man, I'll tell you, you can't make people happy for nothing. Oh, read a book for you guys. All right. So anyways, I'm caught up here. All right. So if you got any sawmill questions, fire them off, or kiln questions. If I don't know the answer, maybe somebody in the crowd here will. See here. I was watching Let's Dig. I won't let him know. I've never heard of that guy, but I'll tell you, there's so many YouTube channels now. I'll tell you, it's hard to keep up with all of them. And it's hard to keep up with all of them, man. There's so many out there. Hello there, Walter. How's it going, buddy? That's very Andy Kaufman. That's where I got that from, actually. I was going to read a book. I thought, if that guy's on here, I'm just going to start reading this book. Maybe that'll make him happy, I guess. Let me see here. All right, here's some questions here. What's the best wood to deck a car hauler with? True white oak. Not red oak, not chestnut oak, but true 100% white oak. That's the only one that's kind of waterproof. Chestnut oak is a white oak, but it don't have the tannins in it to make it waterproof like white oak is. Don't use red oak either. That stuff will rot. True white oak. The real thing. The kiln, I can't remember. It's all electric. The new kiln is 220 volts. I think it pulls about 30 or 35 amps when everything's running. It's running right now. It's full of mostly walnut. I was just down there checking on it before I got on here, actually. Black locust, yeah, that would work if you could find decent enough logs to saw for trailer decking. But locust is kind of premium for logs. You'd be better off selling the locust lumber for fencing for a premium price and doing white oak on your car trailer. Let's see here. Hill, I've got two friends that run that machine, and to be honest with you, Hill, they have them. They're stuck with them because they own them, but they don't like them. And I'll give you a call this week and tell you why. I got no experience with them. It's just what those guys have told me. Let me see here. JDMA with the first super chat of the night. Thank you very much, sir or ma'am. I really appreciate that. First super chat of the night there, guys. Appreciate it. Let me see here. All right. So, a new subscriber How much you have in your business, please? You know, I'm not sure on an amount. It's well over. So you counting property and everything, it's over $1 million. But I live at my business, so that's something to consider right there. But it's easily over $1 million, easily. You get a lot of money invested in this stuff, guys. A lot of money. Smoky meat with sassafras, I have not. Maybe somebody else has here in the comments. Never heard of that. Try it though. You'll have some root beer flavored pork. I don't know if that'd be any good or not. Root beer flavored pork. Burls, I do not. No, I don't fool with burls. There's Joe. Cotton gin lubricant for sappy pine. Okay, Tommy, I went back to diesel for my lubricant on the Sawmill, and I'll explain that in my next video tomorrow. But the cotton gin lubricant worked good, but diesel works better. I went back to diesel, and I made a modification on my Sawmill to make it cleaner, and I talked about that in tomorrow's video. Hopefully tomorrow night I'll have that one done. But the gin lubricant works good. It does work good, but diesel is the best lubricant, and it's the best. So hopefully this new method of using diesel on my Sawmill will work for me. Yeah, Huel, I tell you, the problem with that machine is the people that I talk to that run it have to air dry everything before it goes in. And the cost to run that thing is a lot more than the cost for my nail. A whole lot more. Takes a lot more power. There's somebody in Indonesia, SMW channel. They got a check mark by their name, so to check them out, they must have a decent sized channel. Thank you for watching there. Let me see here, SMW channel. So looks like a woodworking channel. Man, that's some major bandsaws there. It's interesting. I have to check you guys out later. Thanks for watching over there. I'll check your guys' channel out. That's some nice equipment right there. I think I missed somebody. Joe Main is here tonight, guys. There's Joe Main in the comments. Sorry I didn't see you there, Joe. I think Joe was in there somewhere. I get lost in these comments, I'll tell you what. The kiln's going good. It's full walnut right now. In my next video, I'll talk about the kiln and what's in there actually right now. Minimum drying time for hardwood versus softwood before you kiln dry. Man, that depends on the time of year you cut it, the thickness, and some other variables right there. There's a lot of variables in there as far as the drying time before it goes into the kiln. And you can kiln dry stuff that's green, but if you air dry it first, all your major problems will go away kind of when it goes into kiln, because from total saturation to about 20% moisture content is when the worst things happen with your lumber. Once you get past that point, you really can't mess it up or case harden or nothing like that. That's why air dried first is better, because it lowers the risk, if not completely, of messing up the load inside the kiln. One day I'll write this stuff. One day I'm gonna write this stuff down and put it in a book and sell it. All right, so let me see here. The doors is going to be black walnut, and that walnut that I'm going to use is 8/4 stock and 4/4 stock. It's in the kiln drying right now. Solid black walnut shop doors. It's going to drive people crazy. I can't wait to do it, but it's coming soon. Let me see here. Persimmon for barbecuing. Didn't know that. There's Joe C. Good friend Joe. How's it going, Joe? Hope you're feeling okay down there. There's Barry. Barry sliding in. You're 17 minutes late, Barry. I'm doing good, Barry. It's rained here all day. Been a rainy day in Tennessee. Supposed to rain all day tomorrow. I'll probably work in the shop tomorrow doing some wiring. I've got to wire up the new molder and wire up a bunch of lights. You see here, cherry wood in East Tennessee. We have a lot of cherry wood. I saw up a lot of cherry wood on this channel. Solar kilns, I have not. No. Cedar from Fairview, Virginia, I did not. Yeah, no ride tonight. You're exactly right about that. Yeah, the solar kilns, the people that I know that run them, they have decent results in the spring and summer, but in the wintertime, they're kind of just useless. They can't get hot enough. Richard, I did not, but I'll tell you what, buddy, I'll take it because it has been so dry here. I've had to water the garden every night, so I'm glad it's raining. Hello, Helen. How's it going? I talked about you the other day to Dad. He was over here. We was talking about people around here that watch the channel there, Helen. He brought your name up. Hope you're doing well over there. Let's see here. If I miss your comment, I apologize. They get flooded in here, and I can't see them all. It seems like they just kind of zip through here, and I can't see them all. Jason, thank you very much. So, Barry, thank you for the super chat, and also to GDMA for the other super chat. Thank you very much. All right, things start out slow and they get busy on here. Northeast. I can't talk tonight. That's a shocker. Northeast Washington. There's Lumber Jill with us tonight. Do you have two 24-inch black walnut logs, 8-foot long mantle boards? I do not. Hello, Jay. How's it going? There's another super chat, guys. That's another one from GDMA. I have 1,000 acres of white oak and black walnut. I take my black walnut out by the root ball. Do you want to trade for some sassafras? Well, I tell you what. Where are you located? Because unless you're close to me, trucking would be really expensive right now with diesel prices. But, so the sassafras that I show on the channel, when I get it, it's kind of few and far between. I'll get a phone call from the log yard, and they'll say, 800 foot of sassafras just came in. If you don't want it, we're going to throw it on down the line to somewhere else. And I have to go get it right then. But that only happens maybe once or twice a year. It's hard to find decent sassafras around here. But, I got that load right now I've been sawing, to be honest with you, it could be a year before they call again. It's just hit and miss with sassafras. It's hard to find down here. But if you want to send me an email, outofthewoodsforestry@gmail.com, I'll keep you in mind on that because I do come across it, just not all the time. So make sure you send me an email and I'll keep you in mind. But thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Bark left on live edge tables. Is that a bad idea? I don't like it. I've seen people do it and they put shellac on there or polyurethane. I think it's more personal preference. I don't know if it hurts anything. If it's kiln dried, you're okay. If it's not kiln dried, there could be some buds in there. Make sure it's kiln dried if you're gonna leave the bark on. That's where the buds will hide on you. But that's really personal preference. I don't like it myself. The rarest wood, we don't really have anything rare around here, to be honest with you. Nothing really comes to mind as far as being rare. Wormy chestnut beans from an old barn, I guess. That's kind of hard to find anymore. All right. Do you like circle mills? I love them. Love to have one. Maybe one day I'll find one and restore it or bring it home with me. I'd love to have a circle mill one day. Butternut boards. I got a few, not a whole lot. Jay Wolf with the super chat, guys. Paying his late fee. All right, Jay. Thank you very much, sir. Long-time supporter of the channel right there. Huel, I'll give you a call this week. I'll talk to you about that kiln. Some of the stuff I don't really want to say on here. I'll give you a phone call this week. Yeah, the donkeys is probably a good idea. My email is outofthewoodsforestry@gmail.com. If you go to any one of my videos, you'll find my email address in the video description. outofthewoodsforestry@gmail.com. And put something in the subject or it goes to my spam folder. Tons of people email me, but a bunch of it goes to the spam folder and I never see it. All right. How long have we been on here for? 20 minutes. Let me see here. That right there, Jay, would buy 2 gallons, less than 2 gallons. Price of diesel right now, I think, is about $5.49 right now where I live. So that right there would buy less than 2 gallons. It'd probably buy 2 gallons of the farm diesel though. I think it's $4.60 a gallon. That's more than double what it was this time last year. Killing us on fuel prices, guys. They're killing us. $5.68. Man. That's expensive right there. I've been sawing since 2010 for 12 years. Man, here's the diesel prices now. $6.80 in upstate New York. Man, that's terrible. I've actually not made nothing with the sassafras. I've sold most of it. Favorite wood to work with is walnut and quarter sawn white oak. $5.74 for off-road yesterday. I'll tell you what, man. $8.80 today. I don't know if the oil companies are making that much money. They're having to import this stuff. The people overseas are probably making the money. I also understand it. There's plenty of oil in this country. I don't know why in the world they just don't want to tap into it and buy it from somewhere else. All right, though. Let me see here. Got my first wood miser in '84. Got one of the first ones. I think they started making them in 1982. My history's right. 1982. Been going for 40 years actually. All right, so. Excuse me. Got a few people watching here. 152 people. Not too bad. All right, things gotten quiet here. Let me see. Having trouble reloading the YouTube screen here, I tell you what. I try to make sure the moisture content's similar and also the thickness. I want it similar, but you can mix species up if they're in the same group, if they're the same moisture content. I wouldn't mix oak with anything. Oak you got to be kind of careful with. But I do mix it up, but I want it all to be pretty much the same moisture content going in. Who's the dealer for your tractors? That's Oneida Tractors in Oneida, Tennessee. I think they're about 2 hours from here. Let me see here. Get a moose to feed the family. I tell you, we're raising chickens here now, so I guess I'm gonna be eating egg sandwiches here all winter long, or for the rest of the year. So I guess I'll be eating lots of eggs. It is going up though. We went out to eat today, and for the three of us, it was over $60, and we just got a hamburger. Telling you what, Moose Lottery next here in Maine. Thoughts on bandsaw for a guy starting out looking for the first meal? Can't afford a wood miser. Pickled eggs, man. You not wrong with pickled eggs now, Jason. Give you a high five on that one. Uh, let me see. Let me see here. Super chat there from Cal SOPP. Nathan, almost identical, except I'm a John Deere salesman for a living. Well, John Deere. I've never owned a John Deere. Maybe I need to try out a John Deere. I like my TYMs. I need your address. I want to send some coffee. It's not terrible far from you. Send me an address. My goodness. Send me an email. outofthewoodsforestry@gmail.com and put something in the subject line so it don't go to the spam folder, and I'll talk to you over there. But thanks for the super chat and thanks for reaching out there. I appreciate that. I love coffee, man. My buddy Richard's in here somewhere. He's my other coffee drinker. He's my 223 guy. But thank you for the super chat, though. I really appreciate that. It makes these live videos actually worth doing, and kind of keeps you motivated to keep going. But outofthewoodsforestry@gmail.com. Let me see here. Another super chat. The Bradleys on Catbird Hill. Thanks so much for all your teaching. Still waiting on my sawmill ordered over a year ago. Which sawmill did you order? Let us know down in the comments there. You can't leave us hanging right there. We need to know what you ordered. I'll tell you what, it's always exciting ordering a sawmill when you're waiting on it as well. A question that came up here, starting out, first meal, can't afford a wood miser. I'd probably save longer and get something of a good quality made. Wood miser don't pay me to say this stuff, guys, but they make a good machine. I've had 4 of them, and they're hard to beat. So it's you know, there's some other options out there, and I can't really advise you on those options because I've never ran them before, and I can't recommend something I have no knowledge about. So my advice would be save up a little bit longer and get you the orange one. But if you're dying to get solid now, look at those other ones, and there's probably good reviews out there talking about them. I just don't have no experience with them. So the Bradleys on Catbird Hill got a Hudson Oscar 336 Pro. I'm familiar with Hudson, but not that number. I'll have to check that out. It's exciting times though, waiting on your first meal. I'll tell you what. See, there's people in the comments there talking about their meals and their luck with them, so that's good to see right there. All right, so if I missed anybody's comment, look over me there because they kind of get flooded on here. Craig says, "Do you have a store?" I do not have a store, and my sawmill is actually located where I live, so I've always asked not to come here if you can, or show up or nothing like that. I don't have a sign anyways, but a lot of the times people will ask neighbors and ask people at the gas station. They'll find out where I live and they'll just show up here. Happens all the time. It's really, really awkward, put it that way, when two or three strangers are knocking on your door and you don't know who they are. But I don't have a store. I don't really have a retail location or nothing like that. So I got a few little private markets that I sell my wood in, and that's kind of my business side. I don't talk about on here, but just because it's just, you know, there's no need to even talk about it, to be honest with you. But I do have an Etsy store, and I'm gonna try to start putting more stuff on there in the future. I need a new office chair too. This thing right here is about had it. It's wearing me out. The arm's about to break off. Anybody got an office chair out there? Send it my way. All right, run across laws that bad want to bring you home, but you just have to force yourself because you know downtown all the time, Michael, all the time, buddy. I get calls about trees weekly. Can't take them all. Tricks on scraping the sap off a blade. If it's while you're sawing, diesel. Put you some diesel in a squirt bottle, spray some diesel on there, it'll be gone. It's the best stuff there is. Richard, that sounds good, buddy. I have three different you know what here that I bought in the past year and a half. I gotta say it without YouTube getting all on to me there about what I'm talking about. I have three of those that I've not yet, so need to do that. I got a laser for one. I need you to actually sight that in for me. You know what you're doing better than I do. Let me see here. Let me see here. Woodland Mills. A lot of Woodland Mills out there. I don't know anything about them. Never been around one. Does alcohol work on pitch cheaper than diesel? Barry, that's a good question. I don't know. But it takes so little of diesel to take the pitch off the blade. It's really kind of not really that expensive. It's like one burst every 4 feet of travel with the sawmill. So your sawmill's going every 4 feet. If you have it on the lowest setting, it will shoot out a spray of diesel. So it's really not too bad. But that's interesting about the alcohol. I don't know. J Bond, I ordered a Woodmiser LT15 wide about 2 months ago. It's not going to show up until December. Do you have any advice for a beginner? Watch every video that I've ever made. Start at the beginning to present day. I made 700 and some videos. And when you get to the very end, start over again. No, I'm just kidding. Read everything you can about trees, woodworking, and get on public broadcast. I can't talk tonight, guys. Public broadcast system, the PBS. Everybody's got a PBS channel. Go to the PBS website, look up the Woodwright Shop with Roy Underhill, and watch all his episodes on there because he gives out so much knowledge about trees and logs during his episodes. It's amazing. If you just key into stuff, you'll hear it. He talks about growth rings and sawing techniques. It's in a lot of that. And a great resource right there. Great resource. And let me see here. There needs to be a book on sawing. I've read a few sawmilling books, but none of them have really caught my eye. And I thought about writing one. I may do that. I've cut persimmon one time. It was hard as a rock. But Woodland Mills, I don't have any experience with Woodland Mills. But a proper sawmill book would be really helpful to a lot of people. Really helpful. Been thinking about that for a while. Who knows? J Bond. Thank you very much. That comment right there made my night. That was worth the effort of getting on here tonight. Appreciate you letting me know that. You guys hear that thunder? Yep. Starting to thunder outside. It's going to storm again. Yeah, somebody talking about sawmills there in Young Man's Game. You're right. The hydraulic sawmills are just, man, they're hard to beat. I had a manual sawmill. I had an LT28. That was a lot of work flipping those logs. But if that's what you can afford, that's what you can afford. You know, nothing wrong with that. Let me see here. I think I'm caught up here on these comments, or the super chats rather. Thank you guys very much for the super chats tonight. Really appreciate that. Trees hit by lightning make wood harder. I have no idea. Looks like it would disrupt the grain and make it very unstable. J Bond, I do not. And the biggest reason being is insurance reasons. And the second reason is I just don't have time. The Outsider, I do. And Richard, I meant to tell you, I was able to get that location taken off of you know what. So thanks for your help on that. They finally removed it a few days ago. Outsider channel, pretty neat. He does some neat stuff, him and his dad. I like watching him. The biggest foreign object, mainly just nails. Hit some butt shot one time, mainly just nails. Let me see here. I like to have a wood miser, but the prices on used one, yeah, they're charging. Some people are wanting more for a used one than it would cost new. Just the way it is. All right, what happened to the Outsider's dad? I'm missing something on there. Talked about the saw or computer sees the cuts. Well, that wood miser I have, it knows what height it is in the log. It knows exactly where you're cutting, and you program it to cut 4x4s. It's going to come back to you and keep dropping. I'll do an in-depth video one day showing that. He passed. I didn't know that. That's sad right there. Didn't know that. Got some good videos there at his father. At least he's got some videos to go back and watch, I guess, in the future to reminisce there. But yeah, the computer set works on the 70 are pretty complex. I'll try to go over that. A portable LT20. That's an older model. They don't make the LT20s no more. Welcome to the Sawmill, friend. Oh, that's funny right there. I'm just gonna call you John Deere. That's funny there, Mr. John Deere. All right. Have you ever thought about having a get together like you went to at the forestry forum? I never thought about it. Just that was easy to answer. Never had thought about it. Let me see here. I just don't have time, to be honest with you. I try to do meetups at some of the trade shows. I'll go with Wood Miser to a few trade shows every year. But besides that, it's just I am so busy here. There's so much going on with these videos and other things that you guys don't see that there's just no time. There's no time. I mean, an average day, I saw during the day and I video, which takes forever. I work in my garden. I do other stuff that needs to be done around here, which is a lot. Uh, then about 9 o'clock at night, I turn this computer on and I work till about 1 o'clock in the morning editing the footage. So it's nonstop here. It's nonstop. Tom Bruns paid $4.54 for diesel today. You probably got the best deal that I've heard of so far. Are you still active in forestry? Like the forestry forum? Is that what you're referring to? Let me see. I'm from Tri-Cities. Love your channel. Your favorite thing at Pal's? The peanut butter milkshake at the one downtown. That one's hard to beat. That's the only Pal's that has the peanut butter milkshake. Let me see here. High test coffee. You're right, Barry. High test coffee. If you're asking if I'm active in the forestry forum, I do more reading than posting. Ohio at the Paul Bunyan show in October. That is my plan. Richard, that sounds like a good month to take off then. I think I'll just shut down for June and it'd be too hot anyways. Peanut butter milkshake downtown. Rugged Woodworks. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah, the Paul Bunyan show in October. I hope to go this year as well. Hope to be there this year. 1 by 12 by 12. That's 12 board feet for $28. That's over $2 a board foot. I do need a clone. You're right about that. If you find the technology, send it my way. I could use one. Somebody in Georgia, Wisconsin, all kinds of people on here. Andy Cobb from Brothers Logging. Appreciate you what you do out there, Andy. People like you guys keep us sawmills a rolling. Andy Cobb's Brothers Logging. Louisville, Georgia. There's Matt in Chattanooga. We've been on here for 42 minutes. 42 minutes of sawmill knowledge greatness here, guys. I tell you what. Let me see. There's Kevin in Oklahoma. I missed some people's comments here, so look over me. All right. There's John in Texas. It's about time, John. We've been waiting on you all day. All right. So, Sam, maybe. I don't know. That video didn't do too well, actually. For some reason, what the world's that? No, it's thundering in. For some reason, people didn't like watching those horses for some reason. Wavy cuts could be a dual. Wavy cuts could be a dual blade. Could be cutting too fast, using the wrong blade. It also could mean it's time to check your drive belt to make sure your drive belt tension hasn't gotten loose on you. Sometimes your drive belt will get loose, and that just happens with time, and your blade will slip just a little. Check your drive belt. Resawing some of the slats for craft market, I have not. Yeah, I enjoyed the horse loggers. I like videoing them and all that stuff, but it just, I was over there for about 9 hours doing that. And if you look at what the video made as far as revenue on YouTube, I lost money, to be honest with you. It's just, YouTube's tough nowadays, guys. It's tough. It's, you just don't get the views on here like you used to get, and there's so many YouTube channels popping up. The ad revenue's not great anymore. It's frustrating. Working Horses with Jim. That's a great channel right there. I like watching him. Difficult to get dimensional numbers certified in Tennessee. I have no idea. I've never tried to do it. I don't really have a need to do that, to be honest with you. when I was taking orders for lumber, it's been a long time back. It was usually green going for barns, stuff that don't need permits or inspections or none of that government junk. So thank you, Barry. Appreciate that, Barry. Let me see here. Yeah, there was some serious strength and time in that. All right, it's almost 9 o'clock. How long have we been on here for? Make sure your stickers are dry. Make sure they're the same thickness, same species. I use pine. I buy fern strips at Lowe's. They're one by twos, so they're 3/4 by inch and a half, and I got hundreds of them. But make sure they're always dry. Never use green stickers. Never. If you do, I'm going to hear about it, so don't do it. Would you go out on the road again to do sawmilling work? No. I did not like portable sawmilling. The money wasn't great. You pull up to a mess. It was a lot of work. I mean, I don't think it's good for the sawmills to be on the roads all the time, getting beat, banged around either. To be honest with you, that's just my opinion. I think it's easier to knock them out of adjustment when you do stuff like that. I'm on a mountain of green Douglas fir. Any thoughts on what you would on who would want to buy a large volume? Reach out to your local forester there, JC, wherever you live, that works for the state, and they will find you a buyer. That's all you got to do. It's a free service. Your tax money pays for that. So find your closest national park or state park. Call them up. Tell them you're looking for your local forester, and make that guy work for you, because that's what they're supposed to be doing. Killinger, it's about time. Your late fee is $99. So enter that in the comments below, Chris, and we'll get going here. Competition for views is getting silly. Yeah, it's I'm just Chris. I'm just kidding. You owe me a dime. Turn that frown upside down, Chris. But yeah, it is. I've thought a few times about just doing like a sawmill vlog, episode 1. I'm just doing that. And episode 2, 3, 4, and so on. Coming up with these stupid titles all the time drives me crazy. Because if you don't do something exciting, nobody will watch it. It's very aggravating. Wife to put, yeah, I'm not doing, yeah. There's some people that do that. They're that desperate, I tell you. I don't have to have YouTube, guys. Don't have to have it. I can turn this thing off tomorrow and not do any more videos and just saw wood and be just happy and sell lumber. But yeah, you're right. Try funny names. It's aggravating. These video titles, it's ridiculous. There's a group in Greenville that gets free firewood when needed. Would you donate your slabs if they would pit them up? Probably not. And here's the 2 reasons. Number 1, I don't have time to sit around waiting on somebody to show up to load them to use my tractor and my fuel to load them up with free stuff. And number 2, I doubt they'd even show up. I've had churches in the past reach out to me for stuff like that, and they never show up, and you sit here all day or half a day watching for them. It's not that I'm not about giving to the needy. I pay taxes every day, but I just can't burn my time like that. People don't show up. A muddy log, I try to. I need to put me a pressure washer up there at the mill. I need to do that sooner than later. Barry, I have some really nice walnut to saw up. I'm dreading it because I got to come up with some silly titles so people will watch it. If I just put walnut on the sawmill, nobody watches it for some reason. It's amazing. You got to put some kind of amazing walnut slab title or something just to get people to watch it. Let me see here. Do like everyone else. Mention something that's nothing. I know, Jay. It's call it silly walnut slabs number one. Oh man. You're welcome, Richard. Over and over about giving things away. Yep, over and over again. The clickbait formula changes every day on YouTube, guys. It's amazing. It's amazing. Video title, crotch wood. I've done that in the past. I've done all that stuff, guys. Yep, my last video, the thumbnail has a slab with water on it. Well, I do too. I mean, I think the videos are okay. It's just that YouTube is so flooded now with content. It's just getting ridiculous. It's really hard to get your stuff noticed on YouTube because you got all these people with, you know, doing questionable stuff in their thumbnails. Put it that way. And it's hard. It just, you know, then everybody's clicking on that video. So the guy who works hard on his videos, they get looked over. It's just the way it is. Hello from South Carolina, Southpaw Woodcrafts. How's it going? I even thought about having my own have my own like channel on my website and actually just get away from YouTube and have like a membership thing. Like you pay $1 a month and I'm uploading on there and that's where you go watch my stuff at. I think Bruno's coming up here. Sounds like it. What measurements cut do you tend to cut the most of? Slabs are usually 8 or 9/4.
Good night, Dad.
Are you going to bed?
Yeah, good night, Dad.
What time is it?
I don't know. Good night.
It's 9 o'clock. All right, good night. I'll see you in the morning, okay?
Good night.
All right, have a good night, buddy.
Okay.
Bruno's going to bed. Killinger, it's turned on. I had a few minutes ago, but yeah, I thought about doing a website service where you just do it over there and there's no YouTube or nothing anymore. It's just you see, I have the Patreon, and you can give $1 a month on there. It's just $1, and you get all the videos over there before they come out on YouTube, and I talk about what's going on and stuff. But I don't know. Richard Reed, are you raising a garden this year? Richard, I've done 3 videos on my garden this year. See, I don't think YouTube shows people my videos. It's I see that all the time. People ask a question, "Hey, you ever saw cedar?" And the previous video will be cedar, and they'll say, "Well, I didn't even see that video in my feed." It's I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Barry, I challenge everyone watching to match this. Appreciate it there, Barry. It means a lot, buddy. Patreon takes a sizable cut. 2%, 3% maybe. It's very small. A lot smaller. It's a lot smaller than YouTube. YouTube takes about 45. Let me see here. Yeah, he's a good boy. It's his last week of school. He'll be a 5th grader after this week. Hard to believe. Tommy, hate to hear that about the chip issues. That's out of their control. You know, Wood-Mizer is having a hard time getting Kohler engines. They can't control that either. More Mama Cat, maybe so. I tell you what. Osage orange. I've only cut one Osage orange log. It's in the kiln right now. And guys, if it dries out okay, I've never dried Osage orange. If it dries out good, we're going to make us some nice benches with that here on the channel. I'm going to get the log right and get us some bench bases sent down here and do some nice stuff. The most hateful cat on YouTube. There's no doubt about that. Log of a lifetime is the next one that's going on the mill, as you never know what it's going to be, and it could be that log. But the log you think is the log of a lifetime, you'll outdo 2 months later. You're always chasing it. Barstools. Another super chat there from GDMA up in West Virginia. Thank you very much, there, pal. That's his 3rd super chat tonight. Man, that's a new record. Never had anybody do 3 super chats before. Dave, I understand. I understand right there. The siding, just about. Tommy, that's my plan. It should last forever. And I'm not doing a full kiln drying on it either. I'm just kind of getting the bound moisture out of it. I'm not really worried about it being dry as a bone because it's going to be an outside bench. Killinger with the $10 super chat. There's another one there. Greetings from Seattle. I bet it's raining up there. Thank you there, Chris. Strangest thing, just butt shot or nails. Nothing really crazy, to be honest with you. So Killinger there with the super chat. If you guys are looking for axe handles, he just got in a new batch of axe handles on his website. I bought one from him just a few days ago. And so go check him out there if you're looking for an axe handle. He's got a bunch of them in right now. Amish made. Really by Amish. It ain't just like a little sales pitch. He's actually got some Amish guys that make his axe handles. They're the best. Have I got one up here? I don't have one up here. I usually have one up here. I bought so many from them, they're all scattered around the house. I don't see one in here, though. But trust me, go grab me an axe handle. Barry, you're right about that. I ordered a couple of those yesterday. Those file handles are nice. Those are real nice. He actually sent me one of the originals. It may be in here. Or maybe not. Is it in here? Let me see. It is in here. Check it out. So this is an old Diston handle for a file. You can't get these anymore. And Chris found these at an Amish store in Ohio, I think. I think that's where he found them. And anyway, he sent me one of them. And he actually had some Amish people and some other sources reproduce these. And he's selling them now on his website. They're really interesting. He may have sold out. If he sold out, then I think he's getting more. But he's got the files too. So check it out. This is not a sponsored video, guys, so don't get all worked up over that either. That's good stuff right there. But anyways, he's got all kinds of neat stuff on his site. And for some reason, I have it all above my computer here. It should be in my shop. Got stuff everywhere around here. Have you ever seen any squatches while being out in the woods? I've been tracking Sasquatches for the past 25 years, my friend. I see Sasquatches all the time. Let me see here. I'm just kidding about Sasquatches, by the way. Memorial Day, probably a cookout. Probably a cookout for my aunts and uncles. Frost warning in Minnesota. Cover up your tomatoes. How much do you get for all the lumber? Not as much as I wish, or not as much as you think. Put it that way. People's too busy right now putting fuel in their tank. How long have we been on here for? We've been on here for an hour. I've not done an hour in a long time. All right. So another super chat there from Maple Farm. I can't believe this is my first super chat ever for real on YouTube. As much as you've helped me. Well, you watching my videos is all I ever asked for. So you've helped me out just as much as I've helped you, I'm sure. So I think we're even now. But thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate the super chats, guys. Barry issued a challenge, and a lot of people threw some in there. You're right, Richard. Maybe I did do an hour the last time. I can't remember. There's Diana. Hello. There's Jeff. I worked with a few Sasquatches. Southpaw Woodcrafts in South Carolina. Been watching for 3 years now. Hello, Keith. How's it going, Keith? Keith Carey. How's it going? If I mispronounce your guys' names, look over me here. All right. So, if one person would hit the like button, I would appreciate it. We're at 99 likes, and that's driving me crazy. It needs to be 100. If I get to 100, I'll be happy. So maybe one person can hit that little thumbs up button for us and get us past 99. I've been sitting on 99 for like 20 minutes. There we go. I didn't refresh my screen. It's actually 180. It's actually almost 200. That was a good strategy right there. It worked. Louisiana. Yeah, it says 187. Now 204. There you go, guys. Good deal. Where's the Dan Burn like button? It's right there beside that super chat button, maybe. I don't know. There we go. Mike Morgan. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, he sent me a picture of that Sasquatch when he bought it. I need me one of those, actually. I like that thing. You made me order a Sawmill. Well, it's probably the best thing you've ever done. So you're welcome there, Trey. You're welcome. Let's see here. YouTube loves fried bologna sandwiches. That would be nice. Chainsaw meal, I have not. I have not. Jim, the key word there, Jim, is retired. But yes. He made me buy a T-Lamb tractor. I made myself get 2 more, Jay. How do you think I feel about it? Just keep that door shut, Jay, if you don't care. I had my door open the other day and I thought about you. I was moving some logs around. I didn't have the air conditioner on, so I left the door open. I was like, I better shut that door before it gets caught on something and gets busted off. Only takes a second for something like that to happen. All right. Tommy, probably a redwood. That would be pretty neat to cut up a redwood. But probably will never see nothing like that over here. It tears my heart apart every time you put your trim on the burn pile. Well, Keith, go ahead and buy yourself a large box of Kleenexes because it's going to keep on happening there. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. Can't save them all. The 754 TYM will lift up over 3,000 pounds. The 574 is 2,700 pounds. The 754 will probably lift up closer to 2 tons, I think. Let me see here. Let me see here. I like the fried bologna sandwich. The fried bologna is hard to beat, guys. Hard to beat. I'm waiting for the video of building a 12-bay equipment shed. Barry, that's being designed right now. It's in the design works right now. Look at there, guys. Jason Miller, the biggest super chat of the night, $100. Man, hope this helped you out. Well, thank you very much, Jason. I really appreciate that. Means a lot, man. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. That's a good one. That's a good one right there, Jason. Thank you very much, sir. Those help keep the channel going, guys, because I tell you, I'm not sure how much longer this will keep up with the way the rates and stuff are going down. There's pellet machines. I've seen them, but man, they're expensive. They're like $15,000. You'd have to make a lot of those little pellets to get your money back out of that. Hardwood for smokers, no, but for my buddies. I got a few friends I usually save that stuff for. Waiting on engines, Trey. You're exactly right about that. Kohler is just, they can't get them. I mean, you know, I guess Kohler can't get the parts they need to build the engine. I'm not sure what the holdup is, but it's not Wood-Mizer. I've been to their factory. That's a giant factory, and they are building sawmills every day. But without the engine on them, they're, you know, what are you going to do? Put a hamster up there, you know, and a wheel turning. So, man, look at there. That's the 4th super chat from GDMA, and that one's for almost $100. Man alive. Sent you an email. Buddy, I'll get back to you on that. I'll actually reach out to my guy this week and see if he's got any on the ground right now. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he does. Let me see here. Really appreciate the super chats, guys. Those are awesome right there. Man, really appreciate it. All right, so ordered my LT35 in May, looking like December. That's not too bad. It's less than a year. If engines start getting produced, you might see it sooner than that. And you also may get moved up in line. You know, there may be some people canceling their orders, you know. A lot of uncertain economic times right now in this country. Very uncertain. I need a mouse that doesn't make this clicking noise. And it has a cover for the battery thing. I don't know where that thing is. I dropped it on the floor the other day. I can't find it anywhere. All right. 230 some people watching her. Good deal. Oh, May of 2021, not 22. Oh, sorry, that's a while. Sorry, I looked at that the wrong way. Yeah, That's a while, man. But, I tell you, when I got my LT40 back in 2019, I called and ordered that Sawmill, and it was ready in 6 weeks, ready to go. That's before all this craziness happened. That shows you that was in March of 2019 is when I ordered my LT40 with the diesel. That was a great sawmill. I miss that sawmill. It was a heck of a mill, but it took 6 weeks then. Crazy. Well, Matt, they're also having trouble getting Yanmar diesel engines as well. It's just across the board. Across the board, man. Yep. Used mills are high. Well, good deal, Mac. Walnut trees are the easiest to find, in my opinion, based on the bark. Yeah, Osage with a green in. I've only sawed up one Osage, but I'll have no experience with Osage at all except for one log. All right. All right, guys. It's an hour and 10 minutes. The garden's doing great, actually. Doing really well. But I think I'm going to get off here. It's getting late because I got to work on a video now till probably midnight, so you guys have something to watch tomorrow night. So, anyways, that's about it. I guess I'm done here. Thanks for the super chats, guys. I really appreciate it. And for everybody watching the channel, and hopefully we can keep this thing going. Who knows what's going to happen there in the next few weeks, but we'll see what happens. And see you, Barry. And I think we're in good shape here on the live. An hour and 12 minutes. All right. All right, you guys have a good night.